welcome to this special program to celebrate the anniversary of the adoption of the National Action Charter in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We celebrate this year with the theme of Charter of Gold. After the ratification of the National Action Charter, the National Assembly was established, including the Shura and Representatives Chambers, which both work in harmony, forming the basis for legislative authorities in Bahrain. The Council of Representatives consists of 40 members elected by public elections in accordance with the provisions set out by the law. It performs its duties in cooperation with the Shura Council and the government to consolidate democratic action and public participation in decision-making process. To know more about the parliamentary work and its responsibilities, it is a pleasure to host the member of the Council of Representatives, Mr. Isa AlKoheji. But first, this for more.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أقسم بالله العظيم أن أكون مخلصا للوطن والملك وأن أحترم الدستور وقوانين الدولة وأن أذود عن حريات الشعب ومصالحه وأمواله وأن أؤدي أعمالي بالأمانة والصدق.
في 16 من فبراير عام 2001 للميلاد صادق جلالة الملك حفظه الله على نتيجة التصويت على ميثاق العمل الوطني الذي طرحه جلالته وصوت عليه الشعب بنسبة 98.4%، فدخلت البحرين عهدا ديمقراطيا جديدا. وتتويجا لتلك المسيرة الإصلاحية التي أرسى قواعدها جلالة الملك المفدى، قام الشعب بانتخاب 40 نائبا لمجلس النواب في 24 من أكتوبر عام 2002 للميلاد لاستئناف الحياة النيابية في البحرين. يعتبر مجلس النواب أحد جناحي السلطة التشريعية في البلاد، والمكونة من مجلسي النواب والشورى، وهو بحسب ما نص عليه دستور مملكة البحرين مجلس منتخب انتخابا حرا يختار المواطنون نوابهم فيه، ويتولى المهام التشريعية إلى جانب مجلس معين وهو مجلس الشورى. يتألف مجلس النواب من 40 عضوا يتم انتخابهم عن طريق الانتخاب العام السري المباشر، ويشترط في عضو مجلس النواب حسب المادة 57 من دستور مملكة البحرين أن يكون بحرينيا، وأن يمضي على من اكتسب الجنسية البحرينية 10 سنوات على الأقل، وغير حامل لجنسية دولة أخرى، باستثناء من يحمل جنسية إحدى الدول الأعضاء بمجلس التعاون لدول الخليج العربية، بشرط أن تكون جنسيته البحرينية بصفة أصلية ومتمتعا بكافة حقوقه المدنية والسياسية، وأن يكون مدرجا في أحد جداول الانتخاب، أن لا يقل سنه يوم الانتخاب عن 30 سنة ميلادية كاملة، أن يجيد قراءة اللغة العربية وكتابتها، أن لا تكون عضويته بمجلس الشورى أو مجلس النواب قد أسقطت بقرار من المجلس الذي ينتمي إليه بسبب فقدان الثقة والاعتبار أو بسبب الإخلال بواجبات العضوية. ويجوز لمن أسقطت عضويته الترشيح إذا انقضى الفصل التشريعي الذي صدر خلاله قرار إسقاط العضوية، أو صدر قرار من المجلس الذي كان عضوا فيه بإلغاء الأثر المانع من الترشيح المترتب على إسقاط العضوية بعد انقضاء دور الانعقاد الذي صدر خلاله قرار إسقاط العضوية. يستمر عمل مجلس النواب 4 سنوات ميلادية من تاريخ أول اجتماع له تسمى بالفصل التشريعي، وتجري في خلال الشهور ال4 الأخيرة من تلك المدة انتخابات المجلس الجديد، وللملك أن يمد الفصل التشريعي لمجلس النواب عند الضرورة بأمر ملكي مدة لا تزيد على 2 سنين. ينقسم كل فصل تشريعي إلى 4 أدوار انعقاد سنوية، مدة كل منها لا تقل عن 7 أشهر، ولا يجوز فض دور الانعقاد قبل إقرار الميزانية، ويعلن الملك بأمر ملكي فض دور الانعقاد العادية وغير العادية. يمارس مجلس النواب دوره التشريعي والرقابي حسب الأدوات البرلمانية التالية: الاقتراحات الخاصة بتعديل الدستور، المشاريع بقوانين، الاقتراحات، المراسيم بقوانين، المعاهدات والاتفاقيات الدولية، الاقتراحات برغبة، الأسئلة، طلب الاستجواب، طلبات التحقيق البرلمانية، طلبات المناقشة العامة، سحب الثقة من أحد الوزراء، عدم إمكان التعاون مع رئيس مجلس الوزراء. تتكون أجهزة مجلس النواب الرئيسية من رئيس المجلس، والذي يتم انتخابه من قبل أعضاء المجلس في أول جلسة للفصل التشريعي، كما يتم انتخاب نائبين للرئيس في الجلسة نفسها لذات المدة. مكتب المجلس، يتكون مكتب المجلس من الرئيس ونائبي الرئيس ورؤساء اللجان الدائمة الخمس، ويختص مكتب المجلس بوضع جدول أعمال الجلسات والنظر في مشروع الميزانية السنوية للمجلس وفي مشروع حسابه الختامي، ومتابعة أعمال لجان المجلس ودراسة التقارير التي تتقدم بها الوفود عن مهامها وزياراتها، وبحث أي أمر آخر يرى رئيس المجلس أو أحد أعضاء المكتب أخذ رأيه في شأنه. لجان المجلس النوعية، ويتم تشكيلها خلال الأسبوع الأول من بدء دور الانعقاد العادي، وعددها 5 لجان دائمة، وهي لجنة الشؤون التشريعية والقانونية، لجنة الشؤون المالية والاقتصادية، لجنة الشؤون الخارجية والدفاع والأمن الوطني، لجنة الخدمات، لجنة المرافق العامة والبيئة. وقد قام المجلس بتشكيل لجان أخرى نوعية دائمة، وهي اللجنة النوعية الدائمة للشباب والرياضة، اللجنة النوعية الدائمة لشؤون المرأة والطفل، اللجنة النوعية الدائمة لمناصرة الشعب الفلسطيني، اللجنة النوعية الدائمة لحقوق الإنسان. كما يحق للمجلس أن يؤلف لجانا في أي أمر من اختصاصات المجلس وفقا للحاجة. ولمجلس النواب جهاز فني وإداري يتولى القيام بالأعمال اللازمة لمعاونة المجلس على أداء مهامه، وهو الأمانة العامة. وتقوم الأمانة العامة للمجلس بتقديم المساعدة الفنية والإدارية للجان المجلس وأعضائه، وتتولى كافة الأمور الخاصة بالشؤون الإدارية والمالية والفنية المتعلقة بالمجلس. مركز البحرين للتدريب البرلماني، وقد جاءت فكرة إنشاء هذا المركز من قبل رئيس مجلس النواب بهدف تطوير قدرات الموظفين والمنتسبين للأمانة العامة، بجانب زيادة الوعي والثقافة البرلمانية من خلال تقديم برامج التدريب العملية والبرلمانية، والتي لا تستهدف فقط النواب ومنتسبي الأمانة العامة، بل شباب الجامعات والمدارس. ويعد هذا المركز الأول من نوعه المتخصص في الشأن البرلماني خليجيا. أما مركز التواصل مع المواطنين، فهو بادرة أخرى من مبادرات معالي رئيس المجلس التي تهدف إلى تشكيل حلقة التواصل المباشرة مع المواطنين وتمكينهم من تقديم مقترحاتهم ومرئياتهم وملاحظاتهم بكل شفافية وسهولة، بجانب العديد من قنوات التواصل والاتصال الأخرى. ونتاج كل هذا الفكر الديمقراطي المؤسس لقاعدة قوية لهذا المجلس، أطلق رئيس مجلس النواب فكرة جديدة للتواصل مع المجالس الأهلية، الفعاليات والمؤسسات المجتمعية الرسمية والأهلية، من أجل نشر الثقافة البرلمانية وبيان الحقائق والمعلومات وجهود مجلس النواب، حيث تم تشكيل لجنة التواصل المجتمعي. كما تم إطلاق مشروع شراكة سعيا لمد جسور التعاون والتنسيق وتفعيل الشراكة المجتمعية في التواصل من خلال مشاركة المتقاعدين مع النواب في حضور لجان المجلس والمساهمة بآرائهم في قطاعات العمل التي كانوا ينتمون إليها. إلا أن هذه الشراكة تواصلت وتعزز هدفها أكثر في تبني فكرة إقامة المنتديات البرلمانية التي يتم من خلالها إشراك أكبر قدر من المواطنين والمقيمين كافة من مختلف الأديان. وتماشيا مع أهمية الدبلوماسية البرلمانية ودورها في تنمية وتعزيز العلاقات البرلمانية الخارجية، أنشئت إدارة الشعبة البرلمانية التي تعمل على توحيد أهداف وجهود أعضاء مجلسي الشورى والنواب في مشاركاتهم الخارجية في المؤتمرات والاتحادات والمنظمات الدولية. ويرأس اللجنة التنفيذية للشعبة البرلمانية رئيس مجلس النواب بعضوية 8 أعضاء، يختار كل مجلس 4 منهم من بين أعضائه. ويركز المجلس على جانب التواصل الإلكتروني مع الجمهور من خلال موقع متطور ب3 لغات، وهي العربية والإنجليزية والفرنسية، وتطبيقات للهواتف النقالة. ولدى المجلس قناة على اليوتيوب تعرض الجلسات بشكل مباشر كل أسبوع. كما وتترجم الجلسات الأسبوعية للمجلس إلى لغة الإشارة بشكل فوري، إلى جانب ترجمة صوتية لغير الناطقين باللغة العربية. تحت قبة هذا البرلمان مشاريع مبتكرة عديدة، كلها تصب في خدمة المشروع الأكبر الذي أرساه حضرة صاحب الجلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة عاهل البلاد المفدى، وهو المشروع الإصلاحي لبحرين تنعم بالديمقراطية والشفافية.
لقد اعتمد الميثاق ومنذ إقراره مرجعا رسميا لعملنا الوطني صيغة المشاركة الوطنية في صناعة القرار تمثلت في إقامة نظام المجلسين الشورى والنواب كما هو في قالب دول العالم، وقد تطور عملها المشترك بشكل متدرج من خلال 4 فصول تشريعية ثرية بالإنجاز.
Welcome back to the studio. Joining me right now is MP Isa AlKoheji. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for hosting me.
First off, when we come and talk about the responsibilities of the Representatives Council and the different committees and everything, a lot of people don't really know what the details of the responsibilities are. Could you enlighten us on that point?
The main responsibilities are oversight and legislation. These are the 2 main responsibilities of the Council of Representatives, or basically any parliament. In Bahrain we have 5 standing committees, which is the Legislative Committee, we've got the Finance Committee, we've got the Utilities Committee, we've got the Defense, and we've got the Services Committee.
Yes.
These 5 committees, all the 37 members have to be a standing member of one of these committees.
Yes.
The 3 people who are not in committees is the Speaker, the first Vice Chair, and the second Vice Chair.
Yes, understood.
The rest of the 37 members, they are standing members of the committees. The Legal Committee and the Finance Committee, they have 8 members, and the rest have 7 members.
Yes. Now, when these committees, basically when they were formed and everything, the main concept was to be able to bring out the voice of the citizen and what their needs are, and then basically solidify it or solidify what they want to do within the committees. What can you tell us about the relationship between the representatives and the citizens when it comes to their needs?
Basically, when you first get elected, there is the first session, and after that, the first session you get the Speaker and the first Vice Chair and the second Vice Chair get elected.
Yeah.
After that, you go to the second session with people having their request to join a specific committee that they feel they can achieve more in. Once you have all the members in the committees, having 37 members, all the specific items or specific laws, let's say in the Finance Committee, you've got all the budgeting, all the financial laws, go to that specific committee for them to look into it and see how they can amend or fix or see how they can pass the law if they are proposing a law. So each specific committee is very specific to certain issues.
Yes.
The biggest committee, or the most important committee, let's say, is the Legal and Legislative Committee.
Yes, yes.
With 8 members. They check for conformity with the Constitution on any single law that comes to the House.
Yes.
After that, it either goes to a specific committee or it stays with them when no specific committee is assigned for a specific draft law.
Yes, understood. Mr. AlKoheji, being a vital member of the Representatives Council since the year 2010 and approaching almost a decade of dedicated efforts to the Representative Council and to Bahrain, how do you value the democratic process and the parliamentary experience of the kingdom? And is there anything that you would say is an indicator of the actual success of it?
Definitely, it has been a success story. If we see the history 2002 up to 2018, you saw slowly women being represented in the House, starting from one, then in the by-election we had 3, then we went down to 2 in 2014, 2018 we had 6.
Yes.
So this by itself, if we just leave everything, just concentrate on this matter by itself of how the woman got elected, it is very simple. It shows you the awareness of the voter to put in a woman to be their representative.
Yes.
So that by itself is a success story for Bahrain.
Yes.
Then there is a lot of other success stories, the number of participations, the number of candidates running. So all of this tells you we are on the right track.
Yeah.
As I've said before, it might not be to the speed of some people, but we are doing it our way with our own speed and our own way of building our democracy.
Yes. Well, it's also part of it is that the women themselves in Bahrain do have that background, that educational background, the knowledge, the culture in Bahrain itself, where you have a mix of cultures. Women in Bahrain have that strength about them where they are willing to take the risk, where they are willing to put their name on the line. Do you find that has changed over the decades? I mean, Bahraini women have always been known to be always standing up for the country and standing up for the people. But have you seen it change and become more augmented over years?
Definitely. Women have had the right to vote in Bahrain ever since we had elections.
Yeah.
So that's not new to them. Putting themselves out on the line, let's say, it has increased over the past few years. And hopefully the next generation, we will not have a thing that says women cannot do it.
Yeah.
Today, I say women can do as much as or better than what men can do.
Yeah. Well, during the recently held elections that you meant, there was a huge number of citizens and residents performing their political right and participating in the voting process. And not only were there magnificent numbers of electees, but people went out, they wanted to go elect. There were a lot of rumors going around, but it didn't matter. People actually went out and did their obligation, what some of them find as an obligation, and some see this as a right that they have. So what do you see in the knowledge that people have now in the democratic process of Bahrain?
I wouldn't call it an obligation. It's a right. It's
Yeah.
a right given by the Constitution to every single Bahraini who's eligible to vote.
Yeah.
If you want to exercise your right, that's what you should do. And
Yeah.
if you don't, then that's what you should do. But the proof is the number of voter turnout this year was the highest in record for Bahrain. So this shows that we are on the right track. People are exercising their rights. We cannot get 100% satisfaction,
Yeah.
but it shows over the years that the satisfaction has been increasing.
Yes.
So that translates that Bahrain's democratic process is on the right track. If it wasn't, these numbers would have declined. If it wasn't, the number of candidates wouldn't have been as high as this time. So if the numbers are going up, pure economics say you are on the right track.
Yeah, exactly. And the Representatives Council as well as the Municipal Council, both of them saw a great number of people coming out to vote for them. From your point of view, what are the ways of raising the democratic awareness among societies and youth in particular, especially that we did see that a huge number of the voters this year were of the youth. But how do we raise the awareness on how important it is to actually go and perform this, as you said, your right to vote?
I think social media has had a big change of the perspective of how people look at whether the elections or the Council of Representatives or our democracy in general. When social media came in, it started changing the way people express themselves, changing the way people get their news, changing the way people look at the world. It is in your hands. You can have your mobile and do whatever you could do in the past, which you had to be in front of a screen, either TV or a computer. Today everything is on your mobile. So that had a big effect on, I believe, our first democratic process and then our voter turnout. It has been very positive. There are people who try to use it negatively, but at the end of the day, it's always the positive that has come out in Bahrain. So yes, we are on the right track, and I believe people who got elected, as you said, there is a lot of younger generation or youth in parliament. It's because they used social media. They had an outreach a lot further than their counterparts.
But also at that point, I mean, we've always known for decades that media is a vital part of any kind of campaign. Getting the word of mouth out there, you need to have a media outlet, whether it was the newspapers, the radio, or television, or now, as you said, social media. But always when it came with radio or television, there was some kind of ethics to it. Social media is so random. Do you feel that there should be more of an awareness campaign done for the youth or even regular people that are using social media on what to believe, what not to believe, who to follow, who not to follow, what basically the ethics of social media is?
Social media being so new, everybody, I believe, is in a learning curve of how to deal with this wildfire of information. So as the years will go by, people will start to have, like when Twitter came out, people like let's say, the reliable news channels. I'm talking internationally now. They were sort of fighting it. No, we will still stick to what we know. That changed. Now slowly, people are going to social media for their news, whether it being Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All of these are sources. Now it's left to the providers to say how they can use this platform to get the information through, because if they don't, there are other people who are going to take their place. That is in regards to receiving the news. As for how I take the information, I think it has to start very young today at home. The parents have to teach their children to say not whatever you see is actually true, or not whatever you see is how it is. I've heard a lot of stories that people, they've been on social media giving one aspect of their life, while in reality it's totally the opposite, and they were just doing it for the money. When they first came out, people could not believe, oh wow, we have people.
These social
but
figures.
Then reality came out after a few years. It turned out to be, they said it was only a show for getting more views. That's it.
Exactly. And before we end this, I mean, we're going to go for a little bit of a break. When it comes to social media especially, it is a fine line, because social media has been used previously to attack other countries, to attack residents themselves. And this is where the fine line is, and where people have to get more awareness and do their research when it comes on certain topics about people or certain topics about the country, like the National Action Charter, what is actually written there. There is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is by far has always been part of Bahrain's democracy, but freedom of speech does not mean that basically attacking other people or attacking other countries. Do you agree with that point?
I absolutely agree to that. Freedom of speech means it's a freedom of what I say, but it has to stop when I start hurting the other side.
Yes.
When I start overstepping the other side's boundary. I can say whatever I want to say to a certain point, but then it goes on the attack mode, and that is what's wrong. Unfortunately, we've seen in social media and all over the world that people overstep those boundaries and go into the other person's personal space. Now, this is where it's wrong. This is where I say the actual community, the house, the parents, they have a role. Bahrain government, information, all of this, everybody has to have a role to actually put the seed in the new generation's mind that where freedom of speech stops and goes into attack on the other side. Because whether we like it or not, the future generation are going to be a lot more savvy with high tech and whatever it may come in the future than what we used to be in 70s or 80s.
Exactly. Let's hope they use it for the good. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break and then we'll come back to the discussion.
Sure.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم. إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم. وتلاقى شرقها في غربها، فرح يشدو على حلو النغم، سورها ميثاقها دستورها، لامع عنوانها بين الأمم. وتلاقى شرقها في غربها، فرح يشدو على حلو النغم، سورها ميثاقها دستورها، لامع عنوانها بين الأمم. إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، إنها البحرين قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم. وحدة الشعب على ميثاقه، صرخة دوت بها عالي القمم. يا بلادي أبشري واستبشري بملك همه الخير العمم. وحدة الشعب على ميثاقه، صرخة دوت بها عالي القمم. يا بلادي أبشري واستبشري بملك همه الخير العمم. إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
Welcome back. We are in the studio with Mr. Isa AlKoheji. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, when we came in, we talked about everything that has been happening in Bahrain and related to the Representatives Council and the citizens themselves. There is a very important fact to mention here, that parliaments from all around the world have visited Bahrain, and Bahrain has visited other parliaments as well. One of the most recent ones was the visit by the International Parliament Union President, President Gabriela Cuevas Baron, who has worked with Bahrain before, with the parliament before, but has never been in Bahrain. And she was very surprised by the ease of things and how things seem so natural when it comes to the parliamentary work here. What can you tell us about the importance of working with international communities or international parliamentarians like those?
First of all, step one, first side is we have a fantastic story that we have to go and explain to people.
Yeah.
No matter what we say, still they are kind of doubtful.
Yeah.
It can't be true. What you're telling us does not make sense. Because in their countries, if we were talking about the election, there's a lot of countries in the West that have a quota for women.
Yes.
We don't have that, but today we can say we have the actual figures of how women are doing in Bahrain.
Correct.
You can see the actual numbers.
Yeah.
So when whether it's being in the IPU or whether it's being in any other parliament that we have visited over the years, it's always very hard for them to understand.
Yeah.
So one is you go give your story, and the second thing is when you invite them to come and visit Bahrain. And this is where things change.
Yeah.
They come over here, they see it for themselves. All the stereotypes are gone. The media has given them something completely different.
Of course.
So then they come to Bahrain. And when she came to Bahrain, she saw Bahrain. Not her, even people before her that have come. It has always been a 100% success story when they come, visit Bahrain, see Bahrain, and then they make their own decisions.
Yes, of course. The people that have come previously have come to actually learn from the Representatives Council of Bahrain. And there are a lot of times when Bahrain's Representatives Council have gone to visit other parliamentarians. Is there a value to this exchange of information and expertise?
There's a lot of value, especially for us being, or council representatives being so young comparing to the other parliaments.
Yes.
There is a lot of things in parliaments that you do. We are lacking over here, but we're learning as we're going along.
Yes.
It's always, democracy is always a learning process, and you can evolve from one place to another. Every time members of parliament have gone out, seen other parliaments, came back, if not the parliament, the member himself did evolve.
Yes.
So that overall is a positive aspect of these exchange visits.
Yes.
It's very important for us always to get information and learn from people who have done it. Try to avoid their mistakes as much as we can, so we will not do the same and do it the other way, where they, in a lot of instances, they do tell us, don't do this because we tried it and it did not work, or it had a negative effect. So it has been positive, and I believe the more traveling happens between parliaments, the more you can evolve and learn faster.
Yes. One of the things that really makes Bahrain very unique, and where people always seem to want to learn more about it, is coexistence in Bahrain. People don't believe when they say that Bahrain's coexistence has not only happened the recent 30, 40 years. This has been for thousands of years here. This is a ground, an island that is on the way of the Silk Road, where merchants from the west and from the east came and met, where people actually saw Bahrain as a lot of religions see Bahrain as the beginning of something beautiful at the end. So coexistence and peace and different cultures has always been a part of Bahrain's message to the world. And this message has also extended to the work of the parliamentarians, because they also always vouch for the coexistence and they always vouch for the peaceful tolerance that is here. What can you tell us about how that makes Bahrain unique to the other people, how they were taught that Bahrain's template is this of coexistence?
I'll give you my personal experience. I was on one of these trips with, it was a joint trip between Council of Representatives and the Shura Council.
Yeah.
And we had Shura member Nancy Khadouri.
Yes.
And when she was going, I'm a Bahraini woman and I am Jew.
Yeah.
At certain meetings you could see people were trying to really listen, to re-hear the word. And she was saying, yes, I am Jew, I'm Jewish. And it was absolutely unbelievable to them.
Yeah.
But then we were saying, but this is normal. Nancy is a part of Bahrain. Then we've got a Christian member as well. And
Yes.
and at that time we had a Christian ambassador and we have a Jewish ambassador. And then they started listening and saying, oh, okay, there is a different story to the small island that, again, stereotyping that had taken over at that time. So it is definitely puts Bahrain on a different spot when we talk about Bahrain and its coexistence.
Yes, I truly believe that as well. How do you value the Representatives Council places a high priority to international outreach, as you said before, but these activities and the exchange of visits and the exchange of expertise, can you tell us more about it and about how how you see the future of these visits going?
I believe it's a two-way street. One, for us to go out and learn from their experience. But two, we have to bring in more people to Bahrain to actually see our experience. See Bahrain's history. We're not talking the short history, but we want them to see the whole picture. We're not talking only Bahrain post-democracy. We want to see the whole thing. Let them come and see Bahrain, see the coexistence that we have had, see what has Bahrain done in the past, see how it was, as you said, in the Silk Road and the trade. So Bahrain is known for all of this.
Yes.
If we bring people in, they can see it firsthand. It could be a lot better selling point than having people from Bahrain go out. Going out gains personal experience you can bring back, but to do the selling, I think they have to do the selling for us. It's going to be a lot easier.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Well, we're going to go for a little break and then we'll come back to our last segment. Mr. AlKoheji, now when we look at the responsibilities the Representative Council has, I see them as very great responsibilities because they have the immediate communication with the citizens, and they're the ones that voice the citizens' concerns and that study them and their validity and put them in a way to the other council for them to study it and to research it more and more. So there's a lot of responsibility on the Representatives Council. But part of the educational path of Bahrain is intensifying the patriotic stances of its citizens. And now there is a very big, we see movement when it comes to educating the youth in schools on how Bahrain has always functioned. And this grows a kind of patriotism in each and every one. Do you see that as important and valuable for the future?
I think that's very, very, very important. It's one of the most important studies that a child gets, to be actually a patriotic for his country. It's you're building the cornerstone of the future. We are actually putting the seed so young in the child so he can understand what's the meaning of the word patriotism. Why would I do anything for my country? This is so important, and I think it has to have still a bigger expansion on this subject in schools. Instead of having one class or two classes, I think it should be a lot more. And it has to be given to every single one who's studying in Bahrain.
Yeah.
It should not be only covered to just for the local Bahrainis.
Yes.
Because if anyone is in Bahrain, should know what is Bahrain all about, and then you will see the seed of patriotism will bloom in them.
Yes, true. Well, before we end, there is a very interesting poll that came out a few days ago, where a question was asked whether Bahraini citizens, or the Bahraini employee, basically, the young ones that are just going to university now, or those that just graduated from university, whether in order for them to succeed, do they need basically opportunity, or do they need to go get more experience from outside? From your point of view, do you feel that the youth of Bahrain need more opportunities, or do you feel that they need more expertise from outside of Bahrain?
I believe it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Opportunity is always good, but if opportunity comes and you don't have your expertise, that's when it's gonna not be in your favor. So a combination of both would be a fantastic tool for the future generation to have.
Yes. Well, the National Action Charter this year is themed as Charter of Gold, and gold was brought in by those youth who have been given so many opportunities in the sports fields and other. Can I have your comments about the Charter of Gold this year?
First of all, I would like to congratulate the people of Bahrain for another happy National Day. I think His Royal Highness Sheikh Nasser, what he has done with the youth of Bahrain, bringing in the gold, I think that is by itself one of the most patriotic acts that he has taken on upon himself. Yes. Having youth fight for Bahrain to be the best and get the gold, this is something unbelievable. It's fantastic. I think the only way after this is going more up and more higher and more gold to come.
Thank you very much, MP Isa AlKoheji, for being with us today and answering some of our questions and being a part of the Charter of Gold. And that is it for today. But please tune in for further discussions tomorrow, where we shed light on the achievements Bahrain has made in various fields thanks to the principles of the National Action Charter.